He's got a big rig going down the highway, 18 wheels of smoke, fuel and chrome. He'll drive all night just to make it right. He's driving trucks with Beanie from his home. Watch out for that center lane, he's weaving back and forth, all while talking about the football scores. As long as Big Joe's driving, he'll eventually get you there. Let's go trucking with Big Joe.
Yeah, I'm a little bit later on Thursday because fuck. I was itching my foot. I wasn't looking where I was going. Fuck! Save me! Ah, damn it.
Look out for that parking pylon, it came out of nowhere. Aren't there traffic laws? He just doesn't care. But as long as Big Joe's driving, he'll eventually get you there. Let's go trucking with Big Joe. Let's go trucking with Big Joe. Let's go trucking with Big Joe.
I just think I'm going to be here playing SnowRunner for the next 30 years. Hello, 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 hello. How are we doing? It's time for a stream. Rachel, hi, how are you? Hope you're doing wonderful. I hope you're eating lunch right now, or I'll be very upset. Amy, hello. I know Rachel. I'm sorry. I hope your day gets better. How about you stay and watch some trucking, Amy? Wouldn't that be fun? It's actually doing pretty well. What's it at now? We're at 18,000. Rachel's made a contribution too. Sorry, I was just adjusting my steering wheel a little bit. Alright, gang. We are going to do some American Truck Sim. In a rare turn of events, helped by the fact that I was a bit late, I have got the game ready to go. Last time we finished in Calgary, but the game wouldn't let me respawn in Calgary because there's some mod changes and stuff. And it thinks I haven't visited Calgary. So we're starting in Hope, in British Columbia. Also, I need to talk to whoever made this map mod, because I think there are some fairly well-defined abbreviations for US states that are 2 letters. But this map is insisting on using 3 letters for each one. Oh, hi. So Georgia is GEA. I don't know. New York, of course, NYK. Like most of them. I guess they've taken the 2-letter abbreviation and added a letter. That's the only thing I can think of. Because Georgia's normally GA rather than GE, right? Because if you were to give Florida a 3-letter definition, you would do FLO, right? Rather than FLA. Wait, Florida's just FL, isn't it? Not FA? Yeah, what's wrong with 2 letters? I don't know. Maybe they wanted to match Canada, because Canada has 3 letters. No, it doesn't. Canada normally have 2 as well, don't they? Because British Columbia's just BC. Okay, enjoying. Have a wonderful time. Anyway, is Shepard going to play ball? Yeah, this one. Should we just have the Bangers playlist today? Or should we have something different? What kind of vibe are we feeling? New Year's Eve party bangers? Why is that on here? I can't decide. This one is like a fun playlist. Let's shuffle it. Okay, right. Let's get driving. It's been too long. I've been chatting away. We're in Hope in British Columbia. We're gonna. Oh no, it's raining. We've got a job heading down the west coast. We're going to go all the way to Barstow, California. was a little bit rude there. I don't think I was really meant to drive out, but we did it. Bush! Hello, Bush. How you doing? What button are my wipers on, do we reckon? Oh, I was actually, for once, there they are. Ready roughly when I said I was going to be. To be honest, I was aiming for 7. Oh no, this is bad. I didn't realise I was going to have to reverse in here. I don't think I'm drunk enough for this yet. The game said we were in Calgary, but it would not let me respawn there. So I'm in the one Canadian city it would let me spawn in, which is this tiny town called Hope. Damn, I hit the wall, but we're close enough. The rain stopped. So we're like here. We actually ended over here somewhere. Where's Calgary gone? There it is. I don't know if Calgary's changed in the mod, but the game thinks I haven't been there. So I think it must have been updated or something. Anyway, I've just accepted a job. We're going all the way down the west coast to Southern California. I might just go for this. Back to the OG states, yeah. I think they've kind of been modded a bit as well to add more places to go. But Barstow, where are we going? I definitely remember being in the base game. I went there a lot in the early, when this first came out. so. I always forget Canada uses kilometers per hour. Freedom. It's always weird going back to American Truck Sim. I have to get used to driving this big truck with the huge engine at the front. Why is that MTV? USA border delays. Are we that close to the border already? Oh, I guess we are. Down. Red train crossing. Or have they finally closed the border? That's what you get. Choo choo! Here he comes. Commercial vehicles this way. We got to go pay our tariffs. Everything is in order. Here we go. I can smell the freedom. Almost drove straight into a cop car. That would have been a good start. Seems so good. Washington State. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Rachel told me this, but I've forgotten how all-way stop signs work. Oh no, poor JD. Is he okay? It is whichever car gets there first. Okay. It seems a bit dangerous to me. But... oh, there's another train. They're everywhere today. Oh, at least you were there to help. Do-do. He's just old. He can't get himself up. Sometimes. It's very sad. It's a poor boy. Hi, Commander. Oh, wonderful to see you as always. No, you know. Trucking is going good at the moment. We only just started, really, but ooh, gotta respect the stop sign. He does have special grippy socks to help him out, but he seems to keep losing them somehow. Is there a sleep spot down here? There is. Perfect. Do I need to spend some of this money? How's my company doing? I need to hire a driver. Do Do I have a truck that's just not being used? Is that right? Yeah. It's just me and old Tory here. Did you ever find out what that extra sock was, Rachel? It's a question I should have asked you ages ago, and probably not on stream because no one else would know what we're talking about. But it's okay, I think. JD likes taking his socks off, and ages ago had somehow lost one. One fell off, and Rachel couldn't find it anywhere. And then a couple of days ago, an extra sock just appeared in the middle of her living room. You just tossed it for washing. Oh, okay. That's fine. I've been meaning to ask, and now we're talking about it, I finally remembered. Now, I have a funny feeling the recruitment agencies are not open on a Sunday. I kind of messed up that corner. Damn it. Okay. Back it up. We'll do a very quick repair because I took some damage a bit earlier. And then we'll have a quick sleep. It's not letting me sleep. It's because I'm at a really weird angle. That's good. Can I not sleep here? There it is. Okay, I was just in the wrong place. Alright, I am going to go grab a drink, chat. I'll be back in a second. Alright. We're going to be driving through the night. That means we need our flashy light on. $1,200 miles to go down the west coast. We're in Washington State right now, and we are on our way to California. Thank you for the very topical song, Fish. Whoop. Today's cider is strawberry and lime flavour, for those who are keeping track. I did discover that cider is more expensive at Tesco than Morrison's. It's outrageous. I know everyone thinks it's pointless. I'm not totally sure of the point of it. But I missed the extra amber stage on traffic signals we have here. In the US, they just go straight from red to green. It doesn't give me that second to get ready, you know. Know what I'm saying? Oh, vehicle inspection. God, I just want to make some progress. Sitting in the moonlight. I saw a mod that turns these off, and I was very tempted to get it. I'm not gonna lie, but. Such a fine and natural sight. This is good practice, you know, because one day there's going to be a chance, probably a good chance, that I'm going to end up driving in America. It's good to learn this stuff, you know. Although the cars in this game have much better lane discipline than I've seen sometimes in the US. I will say the roads in America are much nicer to drive on, just generally, because there's so much space. Rachel sent me JD pictures. I'm so lucky. I think you're allowed up to a year to drive on an international license, and then you have to take a test if you're still there. I think that's the rule. It varies state by state, but from what I've heard, the UK driving test is a lot harder than the American one generally. This is very anecdotal evidence, as in I saw one guy say this on Reddit. But someone said they turned up to their driving test after moving to the US. They got asked for ID, and the only ID they had was their British driving license. So they showed that, and the examiner was just like, "Oh, you've got a British driving license, I might as well just pass you, because you're definitely going to already know everything we test here." No, I don't. I doubt it works. It's meant to work like that. Anyway, we're coming up to Seattle. It's our first big city on this long old drive. We love Seattle. Spend lots of time here in the base game too. Yeah, I'm maybe that was an instructor who fancied a really lazy day. It's over. Got to do another inspection, you serious? Are you about to cross into a new state? Is Seattle on the border? Bow, bow, bow. But there is, I have to say, a lot I like about driving in America. Not that I've done it, or at least the thought of driving in America, you know. Prediction. There are a lot of quirks and different rules. Oh, I wonder what this building is. Sorry, ADHD moment. It's just a random dome. I think I said Eric Dome. Yeah. Yeah, this is funny. I saw someone on TikTok mention, this was an American person, say they'd found the most American it was the town in the UK that felt the most American to them, not because of the people, but because of the way it was set up and everything. Yeah. Do you know why, no, Rachel? It wasn't necessarily a grid layout. It was the fact that it was a town built about 50 years ago. So they made sure the roads had enough space for all the cars. Unlike most British towns, it has wide roads. Also, it was a town built 50 years ago, so all the roads are actually wide enough for cars to drive both ways. And there's lots of parking everywhere. Yeah, the excuse for where me or Amy live is that greedy housing developers want to cram in as many houses as possible onto every little bit of empty land they can find, and roads and parking are an afterthought. Because successive governments don't want to regulate the housing developers because they just won't build any houses. What is going on here? That truck was stopping for no one. But yeah, Milton Keynes is a good example of a town that's built with cars in mind, which is very rare in the UK. It is, however, full of roundabouts. There's so many roundabouts. I can't remember if it was mentioned on that TikTok or another one, but they gave all the roundabouts have a name. They named all the roundabouts, so if you need emergency services, they know where to go, because there's just too many roundabouts. You have an uncle that lives there and likes it? Yeah, it's got a very bad reputation of being like a boring place with no soul. But I think that's just because it doesn't have the history most places in the UK has, right? British infrastructure is a real mess, though. I won't lie. I have been to Bletchley Park, which is near there. Oh, we're about to enter Oregon. Heavy rain flushing moist into the sea. Yeah. I mean, that wasn't the infrastructure as such. The law allowed the water companies to do that. You meant to leave Anglesey County Council on your back. Oh, that must have been nice. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, to finish off my thought, the roads around where I and Amy live would be fine if they built enough parking for the flats and houses. Although there are some questionable I'm slurring already. Questionable parts near where my sister lives. I showed them to Rachel and she couldn't believe it. Which is fair. Yeah. But I'm talking about fairly recent housing estates that have not been built with cars in mind. there's several houses here that don't have a drive, but a nice view at this this river. Is this heading into Portland? Are we heading into Portland? I don't know if we are, actually. We might be. Last time I was here on this game was the time the road was blocked and it kept sending me around a loop. And basically, I had to double back on myself for miles. But yeah, going to the US where everything is built with cars in mind is a bit of a culture shock. Yeah, there probably is a lot of places called Salem. Certainly when talking to Rachel, she was surprised I walk as much as I do and don't drive to places. But yeah, at least in my town, and I think with most British high streets, there's not that many places to park that are super close. So even if you do drive, you end up having to walk a bit anyway, and then probably pay for parking. I mean, yeah, that's fair, Rachel. I'm very weird for doing that, probably. If I didn't have an hour lunch break to get away from work for a bit, I wouldn't use my time up walking, because I have to take it quite slowly when I'm carrying stuff back. Yeah, that's fair. When I'm walking, it means I'm only getting stuff I need for like a few days or so. Otherwise, I would drive. I don't know if it's free. It's definitely 2 though. I went on Tuesday and I went again today because I didn't have enough milk to get through the weekend. Which, if I was smart, I would have worked out on Tuesday. But I'm not smart, so I went and got some more milk. Plus some other stuff. But the fact I have my dinners delivered to me means I don't have to do a big food shop. So that makes my life a lot easier. But yeah, I think I am a bit weird in that regard. It's probably not... Why is the speed limit still 34? What a weird speed limit. You can go your own way. But yes, I will happily accept that I am not normal in that regard, in that I will walk to the supermarket and lug home a full shopping bag. It doesn't make a round number. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, that they got the unit wrong, but... I thought maybe it'd be like 55 or something. Oh, you guess it's about 55? Okay. That could be right then. Yeah, the USA does. Oh, it's fixed itself now. We're up to 60. Hey, whilst we're talking about driving differences, there's a lot more speed limit signs in the US. I can't remember, was this tour from the airport? I think Rachel was like, we've gone so far and I've not seen a speed limit sign. And I was like, well, yeah, we're on a highway, so that just has a set speed limit that you're just meant to know. Ah, it was when we went north. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You know, every type of road has a set speed limit. It's called the national speed limit. And you're just meant to know it because you've done your driving test. But if you come over to the UK for the first time, you probably wouldn't realise that. EU speed limit signs, you see them from much further and read it immediately. Yeah. Well, that comes down to a wider point of... I've spoken about this too much before, so I won't go into it, but The USA never signed up to the International Convention on Road Traffic Signs. A lot of Europe, I think all of Europe and most of Asia did. So you can drive through Europe and Asia and roughly recognise the road signs if you're from the UK, for example. There are some slight colour differences here and there. But they generally follow the same format. That should be looked for. Well, I think it more shows that how best to put this? I think in Europe, because we're all relatively small countries, all kind of close to each other, with a lot of interconnected travel. Having similar systems are at the forefront of our mind in a way. Until Brexit, at least. We're going our own way. Fuck you. But yeah, the USA doesn't have to worry about that so much. Boo. Wait, I should have refueled there. What am I doing? Let's do that so I don't forget. How much fuel do I have? Oh, I've got loads. We'll be fine. Nice big fuel tank in an American truck, so the fuel warning light comes on when you have 250 miles still to go. I don't think so, no. I'm I know Canada definitely isn't, because their signs are more American. I don't know about Mexico. I'm pretty sure South America isn't either. From what I remember from GeoGuessr. I don't know if there's a particular reason for that, but... Well, from what I've heard, America is slowly coming round to the idea of roundabouts. I've seen lots of videos suggesting some states getting on board with adding roundabouts. I think I will say though, if you know the American road signs and what to look out for, they are quite obvious. You probably do need a reasonable grasp of English for some intersections, but like what? There are some signs that say things like I'm trying to think of an example I actually saw, but I probably won't be able to think of one. No, I'm not. I'm thinking of like right turn only if you're in the right lane is right turn only. I don't know. It'll probably be worded differently like that. Or no turn on red. No right turn on red light is one I've seen, I think. Yeah. But yeah, what's interesting about that, though, to be fair, is the sign convention defines stop signs as having the word stop written in English. So you go anywhere in Europe. This really confused me when I first started playing GeoGuessr. Everywhere in Europe, the stop sign says the word stop in English. Um, so I don't think. I think it's just one of those things where it's true, also true. From his fame. And I don't necessarily think there's a right way or a wrong way. You know. I don't think there's any big campaign in the US to reduce the number of. Well, okay, yes, but I don't think America is doing it wrong. This sign here, for example, that says trucks use. I couldn't even read it. It said trucks use right lane for the next 1.5 miles. I don't know if we'd have a symbol for something like that, so. To be fair, that might be in words. It's not that we never do, it's that what can be done with a symbol is done with a symbol. Stuff like place names on exits. Yeah, like all those signs in Germany that point you to Ausfahrt. See, Europe's not so great. Oh, my vehicle weight has gone up. How's that happened? Oh, I guess I refueled. Oh, that's clever. It's like a carnival. What are you doing? All right. Yeah, like I say, I think apart from for like signs that say speed limit, America does use words where they're necessary. But see, like these roadwork signs are all symbols. Agricultural inspection. What the heck is that? So, I thought it was roadworks. But yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, I mean, this is just my experience of where I am in the UK, that a lot of our signs are symbols. There probably are lots with words out there as well for things that aren't necessarily standard. Because, you know, there are things you do have to explain. Well, excuse me. Baby. My look around. Yeah. How bizarre. That's not very bizarre though, Rachel. I get words wrong to songs all the time. I just make them up. You know. I hope no one notices, but then I sing them on stream and everyone notices. Let's find somewhere to sleep. Oh, I can't get to that one. How far away is that? Too far. I think we'll have to pull off in Reading. Even that's a little too far, but hey, one of the things I really love about America, though, and I wish they did this here with how narrow our roads are, like the area where Rachel lives, you can only park. You're only allowed to park on one side of the street to make sure. It's mostly to make sure emergency service vehicles can go through. I don't think they do that anywhere here. Yeah, I'm. The game does in Euro Truck, but I think in. I have seen in Euro Truck somewhere. Yeah, I can't remember where. It's not something we do in the UK though either. That's a very specifically European thing. I feel like. Yeah. I mean, here, I think they just turn the lights off. I'm sure there are some where They just switch the light off if they don't want you to follow it. I just guessed that you don't do that, Rachel. Oh, you do? Oh, okay, there we go. Maybe it's just us that don't. I apologise, I was wrong. Yeah, it's not all lights, but... I've seen it in Euro Truck and, like, some places in towns, I feel like. Okay, that makes sense. They get blinking red light. Oh, okay. But yeah, I assume that's a thing because of four-way intersections, right? Which are not so common in Europe. Tonight, I don't wanna lose your love tonight. Okay, we've got 600 miles left to go, folks. I think we should finish this stream. Wanna lose your love. Now I've got both games mods up to date. I'm thinking I might alternate between Euro Truck and US Truck. But I don't know how I feel. It's only... I need to come up with more things to talk about. It's only, you're going to be bored of me talking about the differences between Europe and American roads. If you're not already. I think you're just being polite, honestly. Nice, we don't need to repair. Sure love tonight. We did it. I am going to go grab another drink. I will be back in a couple of minutes. See you in a bit. Hello! Nobody told the truck sim company that Halloween is over. Yeah. I had a little pop up saying it would change at the end of their Halloween event, Maybe the Halloween event is still going. Ah, I didn't know this map existed. Okay, let's get driving. Going over the curb. Have around with you. Alright, so we've just got the rest of California's drive through. I'll have a bit of journey. Smell of wine and cheap perfume. Alright, I think we've got a straight shot to Barstow now. I don't think we need any more stops. We're not crossing state lines anymore. That sign said exit 677. We were so close. Does that mean the next one is 676? Nope, it's 673. Damn it. Believe it. They cut 676 out of the game. So sad. Sorry, I can't help but sing along to this one. I'm not going to. For the sake of all your ears. Chelsea. Maybe when it gets to the chorus. It's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me. Open up my eager eyes. I'm still not sure whether he says eager eyes or eagle eyes. Not gonna lie. Okay. It is eager? I thought so. I did think it was eagle first. At first, when I first heard it. I can't talk. It's over for me. Got 500 miles to go on our little drive down south. Takes off her dress now, let me go. You rarely ever understand any lyrics. Well, I guess it's even more difficult if English is your second language. English is my first language and I struggle. You know, no one's out there singing with an Essex accent. It's just the price I pay. Stony is calling me. Now my eager eyes, Mr. Brightside. Yeah, that's fair fish. I'm like that with a lot of songs in Eurovision, for example. There's a Eurovision song from a couple of years ago that's sung completely in Estonian that I can vibe with. My mine and you're so divine. Come and get your love. Hey, what's the matter with you? Just a reminder, folks, it's marbles tomorrow. 1 PM UK time for marbles. One PM UK time. I decided not to move it in the end. I did say that at the end of marbles, didn't I? Should be 8 o'clock for you, Rachel. Oh, you thought I said 12? No. Well, maybe I did. I might be drunk. It's 1 o'clock. You're sneezing. Get your love. I think we're just on I-5 all the way to Barstow now. I feel like it's a much more pleasurable experience going on a road trip in the USA than elsewhere. That's my hot take. In terms of the driving, yeah. You can't believe that people in the US have their cars locked during the drive. Oh, really? Is that not a thing for you? I think modern cars lock the doors automatically. At least mine does. Yeah, my car doors lock as soon as you go over 10 miles per hour, and then they unlock when you turn off the ignition. That's not a thing there? Oh, interesting. You turned off the auto unlock? Yeah, that's fair. when you first start the car, it stays unlocked until you're moving over 10 miles per hour. But I have a little button on the dash to override that if I want to. But it's not on the dash; it's on the center console. Yours doesn't do that. Yours locks as soon as it's taken out of park. Well, so whenever you roll out for me to get in, you have to unlock it. Huh. I didn't know that. Oh, we've hit a road closure. It was bound to happen eventually. We're making such good progress. Come on, game. How big a detour is this going to be? I think we might need to get over here. Okay, it's a tiny detour. Lost about 4 miles. Yeah, if you were driving along and stopped to pick someone up, then I'd have to open the door. And to be fair, I always forget whenever I've done that. Everybody. What road are we on now? How big was that detour? Okay, we're going past Modesto instead of... Have we already been past Sacramento as well? Okay. We just had to come off I-5, I guess. Or on a smaller highway. Do everybody... Yeah, I would be too scared to leave my door unlocked. I think it was a thing in certain places in the 70s here, but I think it's definitely not so common. Drives me crazy. I know there were certain communities where in days gone by people would just leave their front doors open all day and would be like popping in to say hello to each other and stuff. Assuming they were at home. I think they'd block it if they weren't in, but yeah. I guess it's a little bit similar. Well, no, not really in a way. Actually, it's kind of different. But I was going to say, whenever I visit my parents, um, because I basically arrange a time I'm going to go round there, so they're always expecting me. I'm not the kind of person to show up unexpected. But they're fine. They're fine with me going round the back and just going through the back door, which they normally leave unlocked. So they got fed up of getting up to answer the door, I guess. But yeah, weirdly my sister doesn't do that. but she's also more likely to turn up unexpected. Wants to rule the world. You know what, Rachel? I don't. Every now and then I bring it up, and they're like, yeah, we should get you one soon. And then they don't. I actually mentioned it to them a couple of weeks ago because they're going away on holiday, and I am probably going to feed their cat. Well, no, they've got new doors, so they've changed the locks since I lived there. I did have whilst I was living there. It's not. I think they just keep forgetting whenever I ask. Have I told you the story at the time we all got locked out of the house on my birthday? It's a story I used to tell a lot on the stream, but I haven't told it in a while. It is the shed story, yeah. Tell us. Okay, so it was my birthday. I'm trying to think, how old would I have been? I was still living there. It was around the time I started streaming. I would have been about 25. Amy had moved out by this point. My other sister was at university, so she was living away. So it was just me, my mum, and my dad going out for dinner. And we went to the Lion, which Rachel will know, but the rest of you won't. It's a very nice restaurant, and it's essentially within walking distance from my parents' house. So we walked over there. I'm in love. Your favourite, yes. I think from every time Rachel comes, we go there for breakfast and for dinner now, I think. But yeah, so the restaurant was in walking distance. So I didn't take my keys. My keys were on my car keys, so I was like, okay, I'm not taking my car keys, so I don't need my keys. I think what happened was my mum had locked the back door and was gonna take the key. But she had put it down to like put a coat and some shoes on, and I think then had forgotten she was meant to be taking the key, and assumed my dad was going to take his keys. But my dad decided not to take his keys because he thought my mum was taking the keys. Really, there was a severe lack of communication was the main issue here. So this was my actual birthday as well, by the way. So we got back from dinner and realised no one had keys to get back in. Yeah, so the back door they had to lock, but the front door was one that you needed a key to get in, but it was always locked when you close it, right? So yeah, no one had a key basically. Yeah, so we locked the back door from the inside and then went out the front. Yeah. My mum had not put the back door key in her pocket. Maybe that was it. My mum thought she put the back door key in her pocket. I can't remember. Anyway, so the fun thing about all that was we would have been fine because my sister Amy had the spare key to their house, except that very day Amy had left for a trip to Center Parcs. So Amy couldn't give us the spare key. The spare key was at Amy's house, which my parents had the spare key for, but that was obviously locked inside their house. My dad frantically went around my neighbours, hoping he'd given them a spare key at some point. But yeah, essentially, we had to call a locksmith. Basically, we were sitting around for 2 hours outside. I was standing at the kitchen window, staring longingly at my birthday cake. I was just on my phone, chatting to people on Discord, watching Twitch streams, telling people the story of how I was locked out of my house. And that was how I got the nickname Shed Boy, which is when the shed became my thing. Because I was sitting in the shed watching Twitch streams, waiting to be allowed back into the house. Oh wait, I don't want to go right, we're going straight. We're going right up here. Yeah. I always have to be careful taking a key when I go outside. It's happened once or twice, but luckily I ring random neighbours until one of them lets me in. But yeah, it was fine. I just snuggled up in the shed with a blanket and an electric heater, watching Twitch on my phone. It wasn't all that bad. So many red lights. Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember how much it cost my parents, but it was a decent amount of money for what was something quite quick. You'd think, given that scenario, my parents would have got me a spare key by now. But alas, they have not. Yeah. See, this was about 7 p.m., 7:30 for us. It wasn't quite as expensive as it could be, but there was an extra surcharge because it was after business hours. Luckily, we were in a good mood because we had some very good food. Dinner was great. Rachel will attest to how nice it is there. Better make it soon before you break my heart. Oh, be with you everywhere. Be with you everywhere. But yeah, like I was saying, that was the story of how I became to be associated with sheds. Yeah, that's pretty smart. Now sheds are my whole personality. That and marbles. I mean, rigging marbles? What do you mean? I don't rig marbles. I happen to win using my pure skill. There's a train over here. Should we race the train? Peace of mind. It's just no good. Planes! Is there an airport here? Guess there must be. Can't see any buildings though. Maybe it's a plane graveyard. Right, we're nearly there. 42 miles to go. I don't think it's worth starting another trip today, so I might stop slightly early. But yeah, I am thinking we'll do Euro Truck next Friday, just because I want to. I do kind of want to do that long drive through the mountains, going back through China. This has been a nice little drive down the west coast though. California is a fun state to drive through, I think. Although once you get to this point it is mostly desert, but it's still pretty. Yeah, I'll have to watch out for that bit. I'll definitely come back to American Trucks at some point. I was hoping, by the way, that these new mods would let me drive around Cincinnati in a bit more detail, but I haven't had a look at the map. It's not realistic enough. Well, the problem is Ohio isn't part of the game yet. It has to be modded in, so I'm waiting on someone to make a good mod for it. Really. I did find evidence that they are well, they have it in mind to work on at least. No, I just went on their Discord. They had a Discord linked on the mod page, so I was like, I'm gonna go and have a look, see what they're working on. And someone did mention they were looking at it. Nice! Oh, look at all those bonuses. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, I still have skills to level up? That's crazy. Let's level up high value cargo, because I don't think I'm ever going to carry hazardous cargo. Now I've got my own trailer. My current trailer can't take it. I think what I will do quickly is we'll drive to a rest spot because I need to sleep. Okay, Pasto does not have a rest stop. Oh no, they're over here. Okay. We'll drive over there then. Yeah, I don't know if Ohio is going to get a DLC anytime soon. If it does, there's a lot of states in the way first that they would have to do. The next DLC they're working on is Illinois. And I thought, okay, that's only a few states away. But they also announced they're working on British Columbia, which is actually in Canada. Which makes me think that they're either going to do more of Canada or they're going to do Alaska before they get to the eastern part of the US. Which is interesting because one of the big mod makers, like this big group of people who make really good mods for Euro Truck, started work on American Truck Sim. And we're like, well, actually, we're not going to do an American mod because there's obviously going to be DLC coming out and they won't be able to keep up. So we're going to do a Canada mod. And the Canada mod is really good, but it turns out they are just going to end up overriding the official DLC anyway. Alright, we're going to pull over at this truck stop. Oh, I can't go in there? Where can I go in? I guess we'll go over this side. Okay, this was not the way to go for parking. But it's fine, we can jump the curb. Alright. We'll sleep there. Like I say, I'll probably be doing Euro Truck next week. Because I want to finish our quest to get back from China. But for now, we've finished up near Barstow, so we'll start from here next time we come back to American Truck Sim. This one has a job all the way to Quebec. What a drive that is. It's nearly 3,000 miles. That would have been a fun one to do. There's some to Mexico as well. I don't know if these will still be here when we come back. I don't know how these refresh. But maybe, if this one's here, we'll try and do a really long drive to Quebec. We can duck a little bit into Ohio here, go through Toledo. Have I been to Coldwater? What's in Coldwater? Why? Oh, maybe it was Angola. It said there were no cargoes for my trailer. Angola only has one company. That's probably why. That would be kind of fun to see what Quebec is like, though. With it being very French. So, speaking of stop signs, there's a very good tip for GeoGuessr that caught me out eventually, was that if you see a stop sign in French, it says the word arrêt instead of stop. It doesn't mean you're in France, because Quebec is the only place that has French stop signs. Because all the other French-speaking countries are in the convention. There's your fun fact for the day. Chat, thanks so much for watching today. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Even the African ones? That's a good point, actually. I'm not sure about the African ones. I don't know. I haven't seen one. Okay, I am going to send you over to... let's raid Melon. Melon's doing a Halloween stream today. Yeah, maybe they just don't have stop signs. Melon's in a costume, so don't get jump scared. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Much love. Marbles tomorrow, 1 p.m. UK time. We also have Flight Sim on Sunday. That is going to be at about 11 a.m. UK time. I will hopefully see you all later. Go watch Commander's VOD. That's a good point. I will. I have a bit of time. I will do that. Thanks, everybody. Much love. See you later. Bye, 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 bye.